Well, hi there. I thought I might try something different here and just guide us in a time of quiet, reflective journaling. Sometimes life is going by so fast, and it's nice to just pause for a moment and think. And so, what I'd like to do is just begin with a little bit of presence, and then I'm going to ask you 3 different questions, and I'll just give you about 3 minutes for each one to just journal. I brought my own journal out here. I'm going to journal with you. So, we'll just do that together, and I'm hoping that this will provide a space for you to power down for just a moment, to give some thought to what's going on in your life, and maybe even end up with a little bit of peace and a little bit of gratitude. So why don't we just gather ourselves first? If it helps you to place your hand on your heart, go ahead and do so. And just breathe for a moment. Sometimes we're just breathless, moving through our lives, and so take a really deep breath in through your nose. And then grant yourself the gift of a long, extended exhale. And do that again. One more time. In and a slow out. Even that much breathing sometimes can just help us as we lower our shoulders, unfurrow our brow, and just become present for a moment. So what I'd like to do is just guide us in a kind of examine. It's not an end of the day examine, it's one you can use anytime you want. And it's really just about thinking into where I might be feeling the most ease in my life, where might I be feeling the most resistance, and what might it be like to address both of those with just a little bit more kindness. So the first question I'm going to give us time for to journal is, where do I feel the most at ease right now? I know there might be a lot going on for you, and it's very easy to be overwhelmed in this very busy culture. But scan your life for just a moment and see if you can find an area where there is even just a hint of ease. Just write that down and think about maybe what it feels like in that place of ease. What are you grateful for as you think about that place where it feels just a little bit easier for you right now? Just spend some time journaling. And it's okay if you want to pause in silence for a moment and think and just pray. And then let the thoughts flow onto the page. Well, that was about 3 minutes. I'm hoping you found a place in your life where you're sensing just even a little bit of ease. And I'd like to pivot to the next question, which is the other side of the coin, I suppose. Where might you be feeling the most resistance or tension in your life? And if it's the time of day where you don't want to bring up the one that's the hardest, pick one that is sort of the low-lying fruit, but just notice for a moment, where is an area of life where you feel tense or resistance? And just allow that to bubble up. Begin to write in your journal, and remember that God is with you in it as you're writing down all of your thoughts and all of your feelings. It's okay to be vulnerable because this is your time and it's your journal. So just notice this for a moment and let's journal together. Now that 3 minutes felt like it went by faster than the first 3 minutes. So if you need more space and time to journal, of course you could pause right here and keep journaling and just do it as long as you want. But if you want to move on to the next one, we can do that now, or you can simply pause and come back to the third question when you're ready. And the third question is this, like I said at the beginning, as you've looked at a place of ease and now you've looked at a place of tension or resistance, what would it look like to meet both of them with kindness, with compassion? Sometimes it's easy, especially when we're looking at our places of resistance, to feel guilt or shame or frustration or anger or sadness, grief. Any number of things can arise. But what if we allowed a part of ourselves to rise up and to extend some compassion? It's good because Romans says that it's God's kindness that leads us to repentance, and repentance is just turning. And so if God is meeting us with kindness in our weaknesses and our struggles, couldn't we do the same for ourselves? So take a moment, we'll do another 3 minutes, and just journal about what would it like to meet yourself right now with compassion and kindness. Well, that was another 3 minutes of journaling. And again, if you need more time, feel free to pause and come back to this when you're ready. But it's one thing, we've taken some time to ponder, to reflect, to journal, and to write. But another aspect of this that might help you right now is we're just going to take a few moments to move all of this kindness and compassion that we were just thinking about down into our body. And actually notice, if it helps you to close your eyes, feel free to do so. And again, you can put one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And just allow yourself to sink down in, to receive some compassion. It is absolutely okay to be gracious to yourself. In fact, it is the way to make your way forward, because if you're trying to move forward in resistance, you become your own blockade. But for right now, we can just rest in this moment of grace, of compassion, of non-resistance. And even as we're hearing that airplane go overhead, we're just going to incorporate that into our presence practice right now. Just keep breathing. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, patience. These are all fruits of the Spirit. So allowing them to emerge and allowing them to inform how you view yourself can also inform how you view and connect with other people. That's why this is not selfish. So sink down into some self-compassion for a moment. In the future, that self-compassion can make its way out into compassion for those around you. And again, you can pause right here and stay and linger in that compassion that God grants us and that we can grant ourselves. But if you're ready, we can conclude our session here. Let me know in the comments if you'd like more of these, more different kinds of ways of reflecting. I'd love to spend time with you like this and to just have a few minutes of pause on any given day to think, reflect, pray, sink into what's going on right here. So, blessings to you today, as always, as you make your way.